I just pulled the leg off of my tripod. It's a bipod. Hey goblins, and welcome back. I'm totally not stealing Acrylic's tripod to film this video. So we have sort of moved into our new house. We are here, but we just haven't unpacked all the way yet. We wanted to kind of do an office unboxing kind of thing and show the creative process of putting all this together so you guys can see where we're going to be filming videos from now on. So I'm going to start out with this table. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it and kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it because I'm out of breath. It's midnight and I just don't feel like being too beating around the bush tonight. Gonna make sure it doesn't fall though. Oh yeah, check out the shelf thing. We found it for like 10 bucks at Goodwill. So yeah, we've got this desk here and it doesn't have the legs on. I'm gonna put them on. It's ironic because I'm one of the weaker alters of the system and I'm the one who's been tasked to put together this office. I've got cats who want into the office, but I would like them to not be here right now because we're going to be putting up some string lights and those look like delicious treats to cats and they are not delicious treats for cats. So yeah, this is Simon that's fronting right now. You might recognize me from previous videos. I was the one who did that like switch cut on camera with Fenrir when we were, I think that was year 4 in college. Yes. And yeah, I didn't expect that to get as popular as it did. I don't want our channel to be defined by something like that, but I guess that's just like one of our main videos. Yeah, it went kind of viral, which is super weird. And then you see all this weird stuff on the internet these days, and it's all like, oh, don't stigmatize stuff. And it's like, what even is that at this point? I haven't fronted in probably since that video was made, honestly. Maybe once between then and now. I'm not a very common fronter. Despite appearances, I am not. And it's really weird to look into this phone screen that I'm filming on right now and see this face, because we look completely different than we did a few years ago. So I'm going to be kind of giving you updates as I'm getting filled in on details on what's been going on in the past, I guess, year. Because you guys are probably like, oh dang, where have they been? And we've been all just like mentally ill over here, being a hot mess. Yeah. Gotta make sure these table legs are on really good. That ain't going nowhere. So yeah, we got that apartment in Gresham. That was an experience. We lost... Oh god, I should probably just trigger warn the heck out of this. You know, I'm gonna just film this and then put a trigger warning list down in the description. So right now, if you would like to know what the triggers are, pause the video and check down in the description because I'll put a list of whatever I happen to ramble about down there because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say. I can't give a verbal list right now because I am not scripting this at all. I just wandered up to the 3rd floor. This house has 3 floors and decided to put together the office at midnight because I can. Yeah. Yeah, I've been really excited about this desk because it's not a square. It has 5 legs and it's a very interesting shape, which you will see when I flip it up, which I am kind of anxious about doing because, yeah, this thing's kind of heavy. I might have to get someone co-conscious to be able to do that, and that's kind of just ironic that I'd have to do that because I already did that switch on camera thing. It's completely non-intentional having to get co-con on camera when I was the one who did the switch on camera video. Irony. Yeah, some people just read way too much into coincidences, and it's it's kind of silly almost. Some coincidences just are coincidences. Yeah, so update on what we've been up to, how we've been doing. Our hiatus, we were supposed to be taking a break to heal and practice self-care, but our current host had turned Persecutor. Yeah, Devin went full-blown Persecutor. He still is right now, and that's been an experience. Office isn't ready, guys. You gotta wait. I know you're impatient, but, like, chillax. Yeah, maybe if I just continue on with what I am doing, they will cease eventually. Like, we're not too worried about these carpets because the previous owners did have cats, or at least one cat that we saw, and some of the carpets and a couple of, like, spots on the wall are a little scratched up from cat claws, and we're like, whatever, we've got a bunch of those anyway. We got a bunch of cats, so it's no big deal to us, really. And this house is pretty great. It's got a lot of interesting quirks about it. For example, we've got like a closet here, and then this room, which goes alongside the wall, and it's kind of like between the walls, and we're gonna do something really cool with that. And then the ceiling here shaped like this, and we've got a couple of interrupting hooligans clawing at the carpet. And this thing actually came with these blinds. What a coincidence is that? Like, this came that way. We did not buy this, and I'm gonna tell these cats to stop. Okay, I deleted a bunch of videos, so we ought to be good. I keep having to do that. All of us really forget that we have so much on our camera roll. It's probably just a DID thing. Everyone keeps saving photos and forgetting who saved the photos and not wanting to delete other people's stuff, and then you end up with like a camera roll of 3,000 and you're just sitting there like, this is fine. So yeah, our host turned Persecutor, and still is still kind of making life extremely difficult. It's been a challenge. We've been having to try to find someone to, yeah, we're just really dissociating lately. Just the whole adjusting to the new environment thing. But yeah, we've been trying to get back in balance, and it's been kind of working. And one of the things is getting Devin to not front as much, which is kind of ironic, you know. You think the hosts, they should be the ones who are out living the lives and whatever. But in our case, we're just like, no, that's not the case. Other alters should actually be fronting more than he should, because that's just how we work. Everyone with DID works differently. We are not a good example of a large part of the people with DID population. Like, dang, we're pretty weird. Even as far as people with DID go, we're pretty weird. But you guys clicked on this thing. Oh yeah, also, those who are curious about a house tour, we're gonna do that once we have couches. Those couches should be arriving in a few days, I believe. Yes, they should be here probably around like no later than December 7th. And I'm pretty sure it's just December 1st when I'm filming this. Like, if you're gonna be all technical, it's like half an hour into December now. Whoa. Pardon me. Yeah, we've been having some wicked bad stomach problems. My goodness. The stomach ulcers wreaking havoc, and we've just been like trying to get a handle on that, and that's been a challenge. A lot of the problems were environmental. We have a lot of problems with environmental stress because we didn't really have a place that we felt comfortable, like a place to call ours or home, for a good few months there. And we're kind of weird in the way that we can't really get comfortable unless we have a place that's ours, you know? Like, that's just how it be. So we were just sitting there like kind of out of place and just uncomfy for a hot second. And our stomach couldn't really get better because of that. We were still like really stressed out. And even just being here, as far away as we are from everything, we just immediately feel better. And that's pretty great. Yeah, we lost a lot of weight also. Like, we went to the doctor we checked, this is very not good, but we weigh less than our sister, which is, honestly a really bad thing. Do not follow that example. We had this whole thing of, having difficulty of eating food because, food feels like, sometimes about as appetizing as a wrench when you're in a kind of trauma headspace. So we couldn't really make ourselves eat a lot of food. So that was definitely bad. And now is the time where I have to get this desk onto its legs. Yeah, I'm wearing like my hat, my sweatshirt, and my scarf, but I'm wearing pants that are definitely not mine. Were I to have chosen pants, I wouldn't have chosen something so colorful. And also probably not these socks. But, like, it's weird. We have another subsystem that's been basically taking over, and they're really helpful. And some of them are really strong. So I'm just kind of looking towards them on the inside now, like, guys, you strong ones over there, hey, why don't you help me lift this desk for our office? Please. And it kind of works. You kind of like almost project thoughts towards altars when you have DID sometimes, and they kind of just pick up on that. Sometimes. That's not always how it works. You have to be really specific these days. It's weird. But also, yes, we dropped out of college. We do not have our degree. We almost did. We are short 3 classes on our bachelor's, yo. So we're gonna try to do that online. We're gonna get back in contact with our school, the one that also gave us our diagnosis, so we can hopefully get a copy of that paperwork, because we got COVIDed when we wanted to like get in contact and get a copy sent to us. The school website was just going through that shift of going from on campus to COVID mode, and our email just didn't go through. I think they changed their email or something, and we tried, but it really didn't work, so we'll have to get that added on to what we talk about when we start getting our online stuff in line. Because yeah, we're gonna be trying to find a psychologist that we could potentially see face to face in our new town. Our town, which shall be a mystery. I don't want to say what it is, especially after that thing that happened. Yeah, I'm a little bit co-conscious with people. I'm very much anxious, and I'm very much getting used to not masking things, because it's definitely a trauma response, and trying to let go of my face in its mode is that a knock? No, it was just animal. Animal trying to get into closet. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, not masking things. Because we've been trying to not do that now. It's apparently what you're supposed to do on the internet is be really authentic these days. So like, I didn't even set up a light. All I did was kind of rinse my face off a little bit. If you zoom in, you could probably see all manners of dry skin. Like, it does not look as good as it should. But, you know, we are learning to take better care of ourselves and get our lives together. And by this point, I have got someone's attention, someone who is stronger than I am. So I'm gonna get this table onto its legs because I only have a little bit before they dip out. Okay. And they're gone. Feels like I was just punched behind the forehead. Like, there's something we kind of try to describe this one sensation where it feels like, imagine like, you know, a chunk of really solid rubber and then you hit it with a metal pole. Like that kind of reverberating, vibrating, but like kind of feeling like it's been hit feeling, but not really. Not the kind where it actually solidly breaks something. Kind of just like you're hitting rubber. Except for the rubber happens to be your brain. Okay. Yeah, what are these guys up to? Hooligans. So I'm gonna try to get this in the proper space along the wall, because I think, yes, it is not too tall for this division thingy. This is something that we've been constantly, like, improperly guessing about, is how short or tall this thing is. Because the ceiling slants up and we're all like, oh, we don't want to get furniture that's going to be taller than this, because we'd have to keep it like away from the wall. And that's just not something that our brain would be happy about. And so I think I can do what I was imagining and have this be pointed that direction. I'm so sorry about the cats, guys. They're just set on being just disruptive little turds. So yeah, this is our desk. It is shaped sort of diamond-like, and it's got one drawer. Our chair is currently downstairs being used as a dining room chair because we didn't feel like using the plain plastic ones for Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm gonna make these cats stop slamming things. I'll be right back. Yeah, our one closet out in that hallway does not have any locking mechanisms at all, so that leaves it very open for cats to knock open and closed. I'm gonna set this here so you can see what I'm placing on the desk. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect, I think. Edge of the desk is right there. That works. Yeah, whatever. This we've been pretty excited about. It's a bath mat. But it will not work for either of our baths or showers or anything that we got in this house because it's all textured on the bottom. And this bath mat does not work for textured surfaces. But my desk, on the other hand, is very smooth. And this is a very pretty mat that could provide very nice airflow to any future laptops I may have. So it's like, why not? If people get on me about the fluctuating between I and we, like that is the #1 like DID thing. Like inconsistency in that is just absolutely to be expected, 100%. And yeah. People being really weird about inconsistencies in people with DID just kind of make us furrow our brows in confusion because we're just like, that's kind of the point, is the memories are kind of warped so you don't really know exactly what happened because it's too traumatic? Like, what? I don't get it. Either way, this is flattening out nicely, much better than I expected it to. And then we found some really cool stuff at Goodwill. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of our new house shopping at Goodwill because it's very inexpensive in our town, which is pretty rad. We found this pencil organizer thing, and it spins. I think we're gonna try to have some fun with editing instead of just being all like, oh, no editing whatsoever. Do what we want with editing, but not make it to the point of where we lose our essences, I suppose. Where we still maintain like an us vibe, but we don't like not edit, because, you know, sometimes it's funny. Sometimes we want to do it for comedic effect. Or to not have our entire struggling with packaging as we're opening it. Oh, that was easy. Sweet. Yeah, apparently we're getting real stronger too, which is interesting. I don't expect that a lot. Because, as I said, I'm really freaking, I'm used to being weak as heck. Last time I was a printer, like, even picking up thick boy was like heavy, and I was like, dang, I guess I'm just a weak one trademark. But yeah, I guess we're getting stronger again. Like, I almost want to like flex and show the biceps on the camera, but I feel like that would just be ridiculous, and I'm going to restrain myself. But we found these lovely teal things, paper organizers, with which we can organize our papers. I think I'll put this here. These can go there. Yeah, it's kind of sweet that the cats want to be wherever we are. Even though that is kind of annoying, they're still like really sweet animals. And you can tell our one cat is definitely very happy to be not at Dad's house anymore and in a place where she can chill out a little more and have cat trees, better cat trees to climb on. These are a little bit slanted backwards. I didn't expect that. It's very nice. Put it here. And then, yeah, I'd like to put a lamp on this bad boy. I think I'll put this lamp here. And then we very often do this trick of just putting a t-shirt over our lights in order to make them less harsh or more soft or whatever we need to do, really. There's some wires on it from Acrylic suspending this from another tripod. I'll take that off another time. And this will go there. Oh, that's cool. In order to weigh this down so that it actually gets flat, I'm gonna put this little speaker thingy. We've had this thing for so long. And then we went and got some actual good gear, a really cool keyboard and mouse with some of the money that we got from YouTube. So we actually do put stuff towards the channel, like this, for example, and ring light, and the tripod that I'm using to hold this phone up. So yeah, we actually do use that stuff to improve the channel, and it's really great. These were only like, I think this was, they were each like $14.99 at a like a bulk technology store. It was great. Yeah. And oh, that was only $2.99. I thought this was $3.99. Dang. Yeah, we try to be as thrifty as we possibly can. Like, we're a little bit of cheapskates when we can be, but that's kind of like, we try to keep all of our resources as close to us as we can, just because of paranoia. And now we have this. I'm gonna put it over to the left of the door probably. See how it looks? Yeah, I'll show y'all. There. I'm thinking about it. Looks pretty good. And then, yeah, looking at our desk again. Super awesome. And then we're thinking about putting this thing just like here. But I'm not like settling on ideas for that thing yet. It's super cool and we need to find a good spot for it. So I'll put this on the edge of the desk. I'll start moving stuff around in this corner. Yeah, Acrylic got us this really cool black rug. It's just like this big circle. And I think I'm gonna put it over there actually, but we have some things to move around first. No, not even, I'm not gonna take, my other system members are just like, we take accountability for throwing all the boxes all over the place, and I'm like, good. Because things are quite all over the place right now, and I'm just sitting here like, this is not exactly what I signed up for. Y'all, but that's okay. I don't really mind it. Like, we're in our home, and we keep having the moments of no parents, even though we're 23. And we should already be used to that. We still have those moments sometimes, and we probably will for a hot second. But we have this one square cabinet thing that you guys have probably seen in this channel off and on for years. We've kept it off and on for years, dragged it through countless college moves and so much stuff. We've kept so many things through so much. It's really interesting to see where it ends up in the house, you know? Cats, stop. I'm still not ready for you guys to come in here. Yeah, I don't think that chair's really fit to be sat on. It's kind of like an antique, so I think we're just gonna put like a few plants on it. Yeah, A little thing you may not have known about us is one of our passions is plants. We used to have a whole ton of them. Like sophomore year in college, we had about 30. We had about 30 in a college dorm, and it was awesome. It was really cool. I only got to see a little bit of that because that was like the tail end of sophomore year. Towards the middle of it, really. Yeah. We also found this at Goodwill. It's like this 2-tier stand thingy. And you know plants are going on this bad boy. I know it's probably like a piece of furniture, and people are like, what's that? I'm just like, it's where the plants are growing. Ugh, and I keep like worrying about my lips sticking to my teeth too much. It's winter time when everyone's lips just get chapped. So don't mind me if my lips just look weird here and there. Yeah, we are going to also hopefully do a bunch more painting videos. We want to do kind of like speed paints and just have audio about whatever really in the background as we do that. Some more things we inherited. We just really inherit some interesting things. There's these string lights with 3 dots for our dorm freshman year in college. Okay, now first things first, before I put in string lights, I would like to have a power strip. Wait, no, we're moving furniture first. I'm getting ahead of myself. I see these boxes of lights on the plant stand, and I'm just like, those should go on the wall now. But big things first, and then we'll do the other stuff. Just put those kind of under the desk for now. This is gonna go under the window. Oh, that almost fell. Not having that. And yeah, we got a meditation cushion. I think that was a Christmas present when we were in high school. We can finally use that thing now. We'll have a place quiet enough to meditate in. That's gonna be nice. Yeah, so we have this interesting idea. We kind of want to have almost 4 to 5 mini rooms in this office here. I'll kind of describe what I'm gonna do here. This is gonna be like the office and filming space. And on this wall, we're gonna put some of the fan art that you guys sent us. Like, we found a whole bunch of the stuff. We keep track of the things you guys send us. We keep almost all of it that we can in a little metal tin. And we're gonna put some of the drawings and stuff and pieces of artwork up on the ceiling. So you might be able to see it. And I'm getting excited and not breathing enough. Yeah, we've just been really excited about that because, you know, we've been sent a lot of really cool stuff, but we haven't been able to have a place for it to be. These cats are going really hard on this door. I am going to actually do something about this. Okay, the cat is in another room with a closed door now. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. I think it was me not breathing enough when I get excited, even though that's a real system-wide thing. God, we look pale. Yeah, I know we look really bad. Yeah, Acrylic was saying we look like we have some serious illness or something. And I'm like, do ulcers count as serious illness? Because I think they're kind of serious, but I don't know. They're probably a lot more common than people think. I don't know. We haven't done like any research or looking into ulcers, even though we really should. But we've had so much more on our mind. Like, we've been unearthing some traumas, like stuff that people wouldn't even believe. Like, we hinted at some of the more like common knowledge that most of the system knows stuff, And people were all like, oh, that doesn't exist. And we were just like, we haven't even gotten to the crazy stuff yet. And yeah, sometimes we say the word crazy, because sometimes it is. One of the other cats is meowing. Those guys, I know they'll give up, but the other one, the one that we got from Dad's house, is a real persistent gal. Like, she will not stop scratching at the door until she is inside that room. And yeah, little hooligan. But anyway, this thing, I think we're probably going to use for religious purposes. But like, yes, we practice, I guess you could call it like a freelance paganism. People are going to be like, yeah, it's eclectic, but I don't know if it's quite that. Because yeah, we do practice somewhat eclectic paganism, but we do have some that do definitely go more towards certain classes like green, gray, chaos, which is actually a type. And then we do have satanic altars. Altars who follow more satanic beliefs. And then we have a Catholic, and then we've got Christians and other types of Christians, Presbyterian Christians, a couple of atheists, some agnostics, some Buddhists, I think. But they're like way away from the chaos. And yeah, we have a lot of religions in the system. A lot of like weird spiritualism that doesn't really have a name out here, where it's kind of like you believe in both God and the opposite of God simultaneously, both light and dark, kinda. But that's a whole nother video topic, and we're gonna do that too, because now we've got our space to speak about. And we have a ton of bookshelves out in another room too that the previous owners left us with, which is super bomb. And also we can light incense, finally, because our dad had kind of sensitive lungs, and incense is against the rules for college dorms and stuff. So we have been just not doing incense for a minute. But now we can break out all the little holders and all the boxes that we've been tucking away and saving for when we have a house. Dang, this is awesome. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave Acrylic to be the one with the printer in their office. Unless I get another little table thingy for that side. Yeah, I'm just already thinking about jobs and stuff, because we are gonna apply for jobs. Oh yeah. Yeah, someone totally sent us this off our Amazon wish list. And the littles love this thing. We basically have to take it wherever we are. This was one of the only stuffed animals that stayed out of storage and with us as we were moving around. And it's become kind of a favorite because it has a very, as our littles put it, non-threatening face. Which is simultaneously really funny and really sad, you know? That's kind of how it is with a lot of things. With our, lost my balance. It's kind of how it is with our system and a lot of systems in general. Like, we laugh about things even though it's really messed up. But like, what can you do sometimes, you know? Like, you acknowledge, yes, it is messed up indeed, but what do you do then? Just be all like sad forever? Says me, a depression holder. See, even I'm happier now that we're at the house. That's weird. I've never felt like this much energy before, but I'm also basically nocturnal and haven't been given the chance to do whatever the hell I want because, you know, we always had neighbors and stuff. Even in college, you couldn't really do too much when it was nighttime because people could still hear you. The walls were just paper thin in dorms. And yeah. Now I have a place where I can talk until I can't breathe. And also another cool thing that the previous owners left us is one of these tables, one of those square tables. Like, I think they're for playing cards or, I don't know, something. Like, well, like poker tables? I don't know. Either way, it's going to be an art table. This is going to be our art workspace. Like, we've got a whole bunch of paintings and a whole bunch of stuff that we want to do, paint up here, but we don't want to get it on that nice desk. And that little bath mat is not big enough to be a workspace for like the majority of paintings we do. So we got this guy, which I'm very thankful. It's extremely light. I will have most likely no problems lifting this at all. Oh, pleasant. These nicely click into place. Dang. Oh, hopefully it's not like messed up on a leg. Pretty please don't be messed up. Yes, it's just a little funky. It's a little janky, but she's still good. All right. Yeah, wow, I'm just impressed that this isn't some nasty old thing. Because, admittedly, when we were living near Portland, we would sometimes find things in the dumpster ring. You know, where apartment complexes you have kind of a fenced-in area and then dumpsters where you just put garbage, and some people throw furniture, and some people take that furniture, and sometimes that people is us. But not always. But we've just been expecting lower qualities of stuff. So for even just a left behind table to not be a total piece of crud, we're just like, dang, that's awesome. That rules. I think I'm gonna leave a little room on the side to put paintings that we're gonna work on. So you've got a dragon with 4 wings we're gonna do. It's gonna have some really cool wings. We're doing a painting about one of our horrible nightmares that we had as a child. This thing about dissociating where the arms are gonna be kind of static. And yeah, it's like an art style of us to have a featureless head thing. Like, a lot of people might be all like, what's going on with that? And that's kind of one of our trademarks, honestly. Like, that was one of the things we were known for our thesis statement in college. Like, it's an artistic style. And then we got this one thing. I don't know exactly which way it goes. We didn't paint this. We got it from one of our other art major buddies after they graduated. Shout out to Taylor. Taylor absolutely rules. They have got a super awesome goth style, and they're super punk. And they do a lot of good work for indigenous tribes because they're part of one of the tribes of Washington, I believe. So they do a lot of artwork for that cause, and it's super awesome. We've got a couple little other works in progress. This blue thing, which is gonna probably be like, I don't know, maybe a portrait of Fenrir. We've been wanting to do that for a while, but I don't know if we're gonna go through with that. It's gonna be some sort of desert piece. And then this is one of Andre's. He's got a few really cool ones that he made. Let's see. This one, we just like colored it like one flat color, and then it got all scraped up from the move. So we're just gonna redo that one. And then there's a person holding their brain, and it's gonna be, this is totally not done. It's gonna be a lot more detailed, but pretty psyched for that one. We started that in college. We started a lot of these things in college, but just haven't gotten around to finishing them. I think that silver plant stand would fit very well between the desk and this desk. Yeah, and it's got a nice outlet cord right there, or plug-in. I never got that power cord. I probably have a couple over there. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So yeah, that'll go there. Lovely. And, ooh, yes. Just yeet myself all around the place. Someone sent us this as well from our Amazon wish list. Thank you so much for that. It's gonna go right on the corner. Oh, I'll show you all what it looks like once it's all set up. We'll put some of the wood things that we want to paint on there. And I know this is gonna be either something that people are gonna flip out about or be super excited about. But we got our hands on this model ship. We don't know squat about boats. We don't really, like, to us this is just a wooden boat that looks really nice that we don't want to get rid of because it's very nice looking and well made. So we're gonna let Hollow paint this because he actually has a really cool painting style and we want to let him do some more artwork. I'm gonna show you. Like, this is the kind of stuff that he paints. It's, yeah, just a lot of blues. And they're super nice, calming pieces to look at. And we want to let him paint more. Because he's got, you know, some blue paints around. But I definitely would like for him to be able to make more paintings because they're just really nice to look at. And we might put some up for sale on Etsy, I don't know. Like, it depends. Some of them are more attached to than others, so we just might. Now, let's see. Ooh, there's this easel. I'll put that in the corner. We've had that for a hot second. Since early high school. Well, towards the middle, I guess. This thing, I think I'm just gonna have this laptop stand be what I put this on and have just layers on this table because we've got a lot of random stuff and it's good to have a lot of space. We like to work in layers sometimes, very often. I think that kind of reflects, I guess, really what we are and how we work, because big polyfragmented systems be like. It's really awesome to be able to see everything for once, because we have so much stuff, and yeah, it's kind of like a DID culture to have a ton of clothes, but we haven't been able to really get a handle on everything and see what all is around us because of, you know, moving and having stuff at parents' houses, but now we got that. Feels kind of like a whole second start at life thing, a new lease on life, but at the same time, it's gonna sound really messed up. We didn't imagine getting this far. We did not picture what life would be like after we graduated and got the house. We just thought, oh, we'll just have a job, have a house, and get money, profit. But that's just whack. Also, I don't think I'm gonna put things on the wall in the stream or this video. I think I'm just gonna set things up and then I'm gonna cut to when all the little knickknacks and such are placed, because otherwise that video would be like 5 hours long and I'd rather that be a live stream than a thing to edit. because that would be just quite the amount of footage. We got a bunch of our stuff that we want to put up, and stuff that we're not too sure about whether or not we want to sell, and then stuff that other people have done that we value very much. Like this is another piece from another fellow art major of ours. Yeah. He was very dear to us, and he passed away, and that really sucks, because he was our age. And it do be like that sometimes, but like people do notice when you're gone. We've lost a few people before, and like I know some people might think that people wouldn't notice if they're gone, but people do. Even if you think that you're just someone that no one cares about, people do. And yeah, there's just an empty space where said people were. And yeah, we wish there wasn't. We wish it didn't have to be that way, but hopefully they're in a better place now. That's really morbid. Oh god, I don't want to like start crying or whatever, but we've been able to start crying and processing emotion here, and that's flippin' rad. We literally had to excuse ourselves from the living room and packing and everything because we didn't want to like aggressively cry at Acrylic today, because we had a couple of altars processing some serious like things. Just kind of the whole, I bet other people have actually experienced this thing. You know, when you have a protector that was dormant and then they come out of dormancy and then they see like, you know, some of the bad things that happened when they were dormant, and then they kind of flip out and have a bunch of meltdowns and panic attacks because they couldn't help as much as they wanted to, and then it feels like your brain has food poisoning. And it be like that. So yeah, we experienced that today. It took us out of commission for like 3 hours. We were just laying in bed, off and on crying, not able really to move. We experienced that a lot recently too, being frozen up. Like, we do have those physical flashbacks that are like, you know, shaking, or our perception is just like messed up, but we also have a lot of times where we just lock up and we just can't move, and it's like the complete freeze response, and it is not fun. It's really annoying, especially when you want to like communicate something to someone, like say, you know, someone's asking you a question, or you want to put your input in on something and you're frozen up, and someone just thinks you're being quiet and don't want to like put in thoughts, but you're just frozen and you're like, hey, I'm screaming on the inside of this meat suit. Like, I just can't move this thing. Body.exe has stopped responding, yo. Like, help. So we've been trying to get a whole kind of nonverbal communication thing going with Acrylic. Like, I think we're going to try to learn Morse code, because we can kind of make kind of tapping motions sometimes when we're frozen, and if we can do that, we can do like Morse code, like SOS or help or frozen or flashback or something like that, to be able to non-verbally communicate. Nonverbal communication is a really interesting one. We're probably going to have a whole video on that because it's something that we have here. I want to show off it. I think either found them in storage or got them at a thrift shop. But there's some whiteboards, and that'd be very nice for nonverbal altars, and I think they'll fit. Oh, they just barely don't fit flat on the paper organizers, but they fit at an angle, so I'm just gonna leave them there. And this Yeah, that needs to keep coming back. Over here is going to be like the video game area. That's going to be so bomb. Make sure this is actually there. Yeah. A lot of this house is a little bit crooked. A lot of the molding is kind of not exactly against the walls, but we're not too worried about it. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of people are, you know, the types who'd be all like, okay, I'm just spacing out here. Whew. All this standing up and sitting down has been not good for dizziness. I don't think I have any circulation problems. I really hope I don't, at least. But I think our sister does, and I don't know how genetics are with that. Yeah, okay, that's good. Ooh, I want to show these to you. That's pretty much all the furniture being placed. So I suppose I could sort of wrap up here. I'll just, like, you know, show a little bit more of what we got going though. These are some of Andre's paintings. They're dinosaurs over splatters. And this is one of our paintings that we were like known for a hot second there. It's one of our favorites. It was our kind of thesis in high school. I think we actually might make a video about this because we had it be kind of like it was 1000% about the DID. Each shard is like an altar, but we kind of had to pass it off as like, oh, you know, we all just have like facets of our identity, right? Because we're teenagers still discovering who we are, totally. But yeah, it was completely about the DID. Yeah, and then we've got more paintings. We've got a fish bowl. I know we're getting a lot of pets and stuff, but we found this fish bowl and other random things that I wanted to bring up. I just put them in the fish bowl. We found this for $1.99 at Goodwill, but we're not putting fish in it. It's gonna be a plant terrarium. If you put like a bunch of rocks at the bottom of things for drainage and you're careful about how much you water things, you don't need holes in the bottom of plant containers, depending on what you're growing in there. Like, we're gonna probably put succulents in that, and those are really easy to keep in terrariums. Yeah, we're gonna have some how to do DIY little terrarium things. It's gonna be bomb. All right, that's our table thing now. It's got that, I know there's more things you wanted to paint. Where have they gone? It's like there's this wooden horse and then the boat. And I know like carousel horses are quite triggering to some people, so I'll just not zoom on that boy. And then we've got this little bookshelf thing here. We're gonna put random stuff in there, probably put actually the PS3 is already there. Yeah. And then our penny board, which has got a bunch of shards on it. Like, I think Octavius one year for Christmas asked Dad for a pink skateboard, and he gave us that one, and it's glow in the dark. It's got a bunch of shards on it, and honestly, I think that's a little more fitting. And even though we can't really skateboard right now because it's winter and we just we gotta apply for jobs, we can't be just playing skateboard. We're just gonna keep that there for a second. And then we've got globe thing, which is completely not our entire inner world. We discovered so much more. Space was just the start, man. There's like just a handful of land masses. There's that one that we already knew about, but then there's like, you know, we thought they were just empty random planets with like 1 or 2 altars on it. But there's a few more of those planets than we thought. Probably, probably not more than 10. I don't know. It's probably not as bad. It's not really as bad as it sounds. A lot of this DID stuff sounds like it is super high stakes, super scary, life and death. Sometimes it is, but a lot of the times it is not. Like on the inner world, sometimes things do look a little bit worse than they are, but that's kind of how altars have framed things, so that other altars don't want to mess with that stuff, because that's where the trauma be sometimes. Yeah, also, yeah, that's the tin we like to keep letters in from people. Like, we got a whole bunch in there, and we even like to keep the envelopes sometimes, because sometimes people put cool stickers on them. And then we've got the art underneath that. We've just been making sure it's nice and flat so that we can put it on the wall very neatly. We found Hollow got a butter dish. Like, we were getting some things that Max's relatives were giving away, and they sent pictures of like just random stuff like, hey, you want some kitchen things? There's a blue butter dish, and we were just like stared. It's one of those moments. We always have those like moments of when we see something blue and it's actually something that we can acquire, and it won't be something that's, you know, inconveniencing or too expensive, because, you know, Hollow has self-control. He has an impressive amount of self-control. Like, despite the fact that he steals blue things sometimes, he's got an impressive amount of self-control. But yeah, all the blue things have gone into that door. What is behind that door is going to be a whole video of Hollow setting it up, because it has not been set up at all yet. And then we've also got some speakers, which are cool. We're probably gonna put a TV here, because we've got some small TVs that are about the size of a computer monitor. That'll be good for video games, because we totally intend to do more video game things, maybe even a couple of Let's Plays, but we might do the curse thing of just having the phone on a tripod or something placed in front of the TV, because that's just how we function best. Like, our methods are not traditional inherently. Excuse me. And we do things real weird here. And I think that's pretty cool. We're very unique. We definitely exist outside of the box, pretty much. And that's how we like it, you know? Although, yes, that is part of what we were taught in school. Our college is all like, you know, you think outside of the box, because as an art major, that's the best thing to do, is be absolutely unique. We were already like, yo, that's how we like to be anyway, so it was pretty awesome. Okay, I think I have got most of the big things in place. Now I'm going to dissociate, because I've got other altars on my tail trying to push me out of the front. Ones who were kind of promised time earlier and want to be able to be free and front, because now we have a place where they can. It's the female altars, TM. Yeah, I'm just trying to beat around the bush here when I shouldn't do that. I'm not gonna let them switch on camera. At least I'm going to try not to. I'm gonna explain a little bit what's going on. Dang. This tripod is not going too perfectly, but that's okay. Things be whack sometimes. Yeah, things be whack sometimes. I'm filming diagonally now. Yeah. So, yeah, we've been having more female altars fronting, which is interesting, because the majority of us are dudes or non-binary people. Like, the female altars make up about probably 1/5 of the population of our system, I'd say. 1/5 of the altars are female, like adult female altars. Littles, I wouldn't really count them, because they're just, you know, children. They're not like, you know, super womany. But yeah, they've been being more active, which is kind of nice because they were kind of suppressed because all these other masculine altars were all just like, don't present feminine. That's weird. But now we have a house and we can draw all the curtains. And we are only really in the view of like 2 other houses around here, which is bomb. Yeah, we don't have too many places where neighbors can see in. And I've only got 1 window in this office. And yeah, we have an environment we can control now. And we can get schedules and structures finally. Yeah, we're gonna have kind of this be sort of a slice of life channel, I guess, or at least shoot for that, at least aim for that, trying to be sort of slice of lifey instead of, you know, like quote unquote educational or quote unquote vlog, because I don't know if it'd really be a vlog, because we're gonna have like craft videos and, you know, like some comedy stuff here and there. So I don't know if we could really label our channel as like a something channel. DID channel. Because we exhibit what life is like with DID. An example of DID. I guess. Yeah, we can't call ourselves a professional, really. Because we don't have our degree yet. We'll have a degree in something mental health in the future, but not quite yet. But until then, we can be super unprofessional hooligans. But not like bad unprofessional, just clearly stating that we're not professionals, which we're not currently. I don't even know if you'd count us as professional YouTubers, because yeah, we're gonna be getting a job in town. Like, that's gonna be our main profession. Acrylic might be a professional YouTuber. If things go good, they're gonna try to make it be a job instead of getting something risky and in town, because they've got a compromised immune system. So if they can make, you know, a career out of creating content, that would be bomb, because they do a whole bunch of other stuff, lots of art content, and that'll be great. Yeah, people ask what it feels like when you dissociate. Like, does it feel like you're high or drunk? And the answer is yes, a little bit, but not inherently. Kind of like that when you don't really feel anything and you're kind of just like disconnected. Not always nauseous, sometimes you feel really floaty. Sometimes it's more intense in parts of your head. Usually we get it really bad like here, and then headaches here, really bad. Real pain. Oh, and another thing we inherited. Sorry, that's loud. Matryoshka doll. It's a perfect shade of blue, which I think is just, it's just so ironic. We inherit Russian Matryoshka dolls from our deceased family. Just, you can't make this up, guys. And then another cool thing we got is this little aquarium here, which is, I think it's like 2 gallons or so. We're gonna see if there's any little aquarium creatures that can thrive in 2 gallons. Probably like the really tiny shrimp you can get at Petco and PetSmart. Those guys are super cool, and sometimes you can find some that are like the perfect shade of blue and the perfect shade of red. And it's super awesome. And if we could have a couple of shrimp in a tank, that would be very entertaining to a lot of our system and very calming to look at. So I condone this. Shrimp are only like less than $1 each. So yeah, y'all will see a variety of content from our channel now that we have a place to create said content that we've been wanting to create. Yeah, speaking of which, we have been promising videos and then not making them for months. We know we're up to that, and we do feel bad for that. And we have been trying to keep mental record of most things, but some of our ideas that we get are like super fleeting, and we only have them for a moment and then forget them, and then they're out of the archive of videos to do on our to-do list. So if there's any videos, any topics that you'd like us to cover, please leave those ideas down in the comments section below. We do get a lot of inspiration from you guys. If you want to know how to support the channel, comment. Like, comments are very, very helpful for us because they tell us, you know, what you're interested in, what you liked, what people would like to know more about. You know, there's this thing that, we forget who said it, I think it was a teacher or something, like, if you have a question, then someone else has that question too. So if you ask it, it will help more than just you. It'll give more than just you the answer, and sometimes other people will get answers they didn't even know they needed. So, yeah, there's no stupid questions here. I know some of them might be silly, and sometimes we might just be like, what? But that's just how it be sometimes. We don't mean it maliciously, our what's of confusion, because sometimes we just have difficulty with language because of dissociation. I've just been petting this rug. It's very fuzzy. Yeah, this is the rug that Acrylic got us off of Amazon as, I suppose, an early Christmas present. Yeah, apparently it was like one of the not expensive rugs. They got one as well, but in purple. Yeah, you'll see their office too. We're gonna do kind of an unofficial house tour at some point. Not certain when, but eventually. And yeah, now we're going to cut to what the office looks like after we put up all the string lights. Hey goblins, and welcome back. We just wanted to film a little bit of a kind of office unboxing slash tour thing slash update, but we do plan on our next video being an actual update about what's been going on, because there's been a lot going on and I figure you all would probably like to know what's been going on. So yeah, we're very glad to have our own office to be able to film, and we're very glad to be able to fill the walls with whatever we'd like, especially a bunch of the art and stuff that you guys have sent us. We really love that stuff, and we can't wait to, like, possibly get another couple pictures to add up here. Like, it's gonna be a thing over time, and I'm really excited about it. Out of breath, because I kind of had to shoo Thick Boy out. He was gonna knock over a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't about that today. Whew. But anyway, now that we've got a space to film, we can actually film the videos that we've been promising for months but not actually doing. We're very aware of that. We've been trying to do our best to keep all the ideas in the vault, but you know how that goes with DID. So if there's any video topics that you would be interested in seeing, please leave those down in the comments, or just topics or questions you have, because we can totally add that into whatever content we'll be making, like addressing stuff. I don't know if you can hear the garbage truck outside. Sorry about that. But yeah, if there's any comments or questions, please leave those down below. We love to see all the comments. That's like the best way to support our channel, is comment. What did you like? What do you want to see more of? What are you curious about? It's how we get a lot of ideas for our videos. So that's about all I wanted to say for this one. My phone's at like 14%, so I'm not going to push it with trying to film my update right now. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you real soon, goblins. Thanks for tuning in. Really, take care of yourselves. It's a time. Now so more than ever because of, all the events at the end of the year with sometimes family members. Take good care of yourselves. Please. You're all very important to us. And we will see you all in the next video.